Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 3. Quality might be a little different this time, trying to fix the inexplicable frame drop issue that we're having. I do think that might just be the drops for me tabbing in and out, which is a weird consistent problem in the replay client, but you know how it goes. Today we're looking at the Sangangers taking on the Princess Gang. Two teams with gang right in the name. If you could have a three-way Dota match and get the not the Ocelot team, the Gotham team in here as well, then you would have quite the gang war. And speaking of somebody whose team is themed after a gang name, vaguely, sort of, we have Looter of the much flamed left side lunchboxes here with me.
Thanks for having me. Sometimes the flame is warranted, but I feel like most of the time it's just, people aren't happy about seeing us in the top four, so they got to find any excuse they can to rag on us. What can you do?
It's true. I mean, I know I'm not. Sandgangers here, Princess Gang. I believe this is going to be the first Sandgangers game that I'm actually casting. I've seen their lineup to this point, but I haven't actually seen them in game. Lots of interesting bands coming out. Princess Gang knocking out the Lena the Pudge. You're going to see Lena bands all the time this season. I'm starting to think maybe those are going to fall off because I'm pretty confident that we've had Lena in every series and she's won once.
Yeah, I don't think the hero is that good as a first pick, honestly. I mean, just the other team is going to have five picks to counter it. They're going to be able to build their draft around dealing with the Lena, and that kind of puts you in a tough spot.
I know
Nobody wants to flex the Lena.
Yeah, you can hypothetically flex it, but I don't know. I'm just not really sold that in an LD2L level Lena is gonna work as like a support. You don't have that many options here. Tree's a very good first pick though. There's not really anybody in the game that you don't want Tree around. There's nobody who just completely gets rid of him.
Yeah, I'd be curious to hear the logic on banning Pudge instead of Tree. I mean, I feel like you have to ban Tree or Rookie. Just those two heroes just do so much.
Pudge is going to be first phased by godlike Matt if you don't ban it.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you have your whole draft to deal with a Pudge,
That's true, but last season they said that, and every time they said that, they lost, so people being safe.
10 seconds. Radiant team pick.
I think maybe one match it lost in season 14, so.
Dawnbreaker.
We're on a Dawnbreaker. Very popular hero this week, it seems.
Maybe they learned a lesson from when they played us last week.
Yeah, it's true. They learned that you don't feed the Shadow Fiend dual damage. No, Gotham learned that, not these guys.
Yeah, well, they banned my Dawnbreaker when we played them. They didn't give me a chance. But, yeah, I don't know. It's, the first two bans leave a lot of meta heroes in the pool for Hollywood's team, and I would like to see them pick up more heroes. I mean, like the Rookie, for example. It's just, that hero just does so much. It feels like a must-pick hero.
The Centaur ban is the most interesting one to me here. I'm not really sure why that one came out.
It makes sense. It's when I was doing my scouting report on Hollywood's team, it was either you definitely have to ban the Disruptor because that hero can just do so much, especially for a lower MMR player like Hollywood. And when it comes to like Princess, I mean, you either ban as Mars or you ban as Centaur.
I mean, the Centaur is one thing, but honestly, I think just let the Mars through. Mars is so bad right now. It's like I said before, it's like, a tale of two heroes. Got a Neeks here. Tale of two heroes, right? Bristleback Mars. If you take one matchup out of the Bristleback equation, if you take his matchup versus Drow out, he goes over 50% instantly, especially at this MMR range. If you take one matchup out of the Mars lineup, he goes down to 40% instantly. I say just tank the Mars.
Yeah.
Got the Puck knockout here. Neeks Assassin I like. Neeks Assassin can be very annoying for both of these heroes, doing a lot of damage that you don't necessarily want, you don't have that much control over. You don't want to
stop. If the Nyx knows what they're doing, the Dawnbreaker just will not have a game. It counters that hero so hard that whoever's on the Nyx, if they know how to play the hero, Dawnbreaker just won't have a game.
Void Spirit knocked out.
10 seconds.
Drow Ranger knocked out, no surprise there. I'm honestly shocked we don't see more Drow Ranger bans so far in this league. It's like, so far Drow Ranger is undefeated in LD2L, and I don't in this season, and I don't just mean like Drow has won every game. I mean every game where you see a Drow, she just completely stomps.
10
It's
seconds
not surprising.
remaining.
I mean, it's an easy hero to play.
Yeah, very easy
Works
hero
with
to
a lot
play.
of lineups.
Very
5
strong in the
seconds
meta.
remaining.
Like especially in the pub MMR, there are a lot of heroes in this patch whose like win rate is pretty much just determined specifically by how they match up into Drow, more or less.
Yeah, the Puck and Void Spirit bans, those are pretty clearly target bans at Jopa.
Yeah, presumably
My
Jopa.
yeah.
I assume this
Myself
LR
personally, I would
Conti.
ban the Void over the. I would ban the Ember over the Void. Personally, just a better hero in this patch, but I guess I'm
I
more
can
worried about the Void
see
Spirit.
I can see why you would want. I mean, Ember Spirit's not exactly an award winner either, and you probably just want to get rid of the annoying silence off of the Void Spirit more than anything. These are two guys you don't want to just get randomly silenced in the middle
10
of the fight.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dire team pick.
The Lesh ban is really interesting. I don't really know why you banned Lesh when you already picked the Nyx. Phantom Lancer also knocked out. Like it seems like Nyx is almost a perfect hero against him. And yep, the
Oh,
Mars
there's the
gets in.
Mars.
I kind of like the Mars Dawnbreaker combo in that Dawnbreaker can make sure that Mars avoids the situation, the classic situation of Mars splits up an arena and then everybody inside just kicks
10
his ass and he
seconds
dies anyway.
remaining.
Unfortunately, I don't know how much it prevents the situation of
5
Mars
seconds
puts up arena
remaining.
and then everyone hits BKB and walks out immediately, but you know, neither here nor there.
Yeah, or Nyx. I mean, if you catch the Nyx in the arena, they just spiked Carapace, and whatever you try to throw on top of that is just it's not going to end well for you.
Yeah, nothing happening. And while I don't like the Mars and Treant on the same team like Mikkel tried in week 2, I do think that Treant Protector is a
Radiant team
really
pick.
good Mars answer in a lot of ways, and this guy ain't too bad either. Picking up the Doom here. It's likely our Matt hero. I mean, I guess it could hypothetically be our Reedy hero, but I don't think he's gonna run mid Doom this league. Or any league.
10 seconds remaining.
In fact, I don't
It
think
looks
any.
like a weak offlane
5
to me.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
Doom Nyx more likely than not is going to be their offlane, which feels pretty weak.
Yeah, and you don't really know what their safe lane is either. I mean, you could. There's like a chance that it's Stormbreaker 5, but a Sculpture 3's Grimstroke has not been banned. It's still in the pool, and you can bet he's probably going to pick it. Not a bad game for it. I like Grimstroke with the Mars. I like Grimstroke with the Marana. Dawn. Doesn't really do much with his ult, but that's 3 really good ink swells.
Dire team pick.
Also gets countered by the Nyx.
Juggernaut.
And
That's
Jug.
true.
Yeah, man.
I am the Juggernaut. I am going to ignore the Mars the whole game.
Man, Jug Tree into Mars, Marana. Feels rough for
10
the Dire
seconds
offlane.
remaining.
Yeah, this is not looking great for the Princess gang so far.
5 seconds remaining.
Especially since, on the other hand, you can be pretty much confident it's going to be Marana Mars in the offlane. Like, it's very unlikely anything else happens here, and that's just not a good combo for both of those two unless you have some insane coordination on like max stun length arrows into like spears into just God knows what. And even then, just a little foresight and it all gets ruined.
Yeah. I mean, if we're looking at Marana Dawnbreaker support duo, I don't know. That just feels very underwhelming to me.
I'm assuming it's not Dawnbreaker support, but then again, at this point, where the hell is she gonna go? I guess.
I think you would run it as a carry and then get yourself a strong laning support hero here, so you can just run over the Doom Nyx. You have a free lane, and then you get a greedier mid hero like an Arc Warden or a Shadow Fiend or something like that
Wouldn't
to
be a
really
bad
round out your
idea.
draft.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend could definitely be good because you could, on top of the arena, just make people bash into the wall over and over. Which would extend the time before they can just hit that reaction BKB, get out of there.
Yep, and I mean you see their offlane here. It's gonna be the Nyx Doom more likely than not. So you definitely counterpick with your pause 5 and okay.
Bring out the Monkey King.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't like it here. That's like a horrible choice here, actually. I don't like Monkey King against any of these guys. No intention of flame,
10
but I mean,
seconds remaining.
I don't like him in a jug. He's just not gonna win a matchup where the enemy
5
pause one can
seconds
just leave the
remaining.
map and just kick his ass. I don't like him against Doom for what I hope are obvious reasons. Neeks can just make him stun himself the most inopportune times really easily. And Treant Protector is somebody who gives people mana and stops
Dire
Monkey King in
team
his
ban.
tracks when he wants to be the most mobile. And can even put up eyes on the trees later on just to catch him sneaking around. I mean, this is a really bad Monkey King game, no two ways about it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but I understand the reason why they pick it.
Just a combo of the
Um,
Red
Mars.
team ban.
But I
well, not even so much the Mars combo. I think it's more just, I mean, Princess is drafting. They see four of their heroes. He goes to his carry player, Moon, and says, okay, you see four heroes, what do you want here? What do you like? Then it's Moonriver's most played hero, so naturally they're just going to say, well, just give me my most played hero and
10 seconds.
screw the bad
remaining.
matchups, we'll make it work anyways. And that feels to me like that's probably what ended up happening
5
here.
seconds remaining.
let's give LD2 LP. You know, when you're casting, you always give the benefit of the doubt in the
Dire
draft
team
strategy.
ban.
Unfortunately, I feel like that is the only acceptable option here. Sorry to Flame. I'm doing it a lot this week. I don't mean to, but oh boy, I just do not see poor Moonriver having a nice time this game. Maybe this is the ultimate debate, though, and that's a pause for Monkey King and a pause 1
10
Dawnbreaker.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That doesn't make Monkey King's game any better,
It's not
but
better.
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
at the very least, that's not interminably bad. Oh boy, Razor OD bans on Sandgangers. Bit interesting. Bat Rider going out on Princess Gang.
Yeah, Razor not really a good ban. OD, I mean, it's just standard. A Batrider ban.
Yeah, the Razor,
Makes
it's
sense.
they ban out the Razor Brick the Jug. They just don't need it though. They have so much that could potentially
Radiant
stop the
team
Link.
pick.
And the Jug doesn't really care about Link anyways. They're just going to ult you if you link them, and it's, who cares?
Link stays on during ult unless he bounces off of you, which can be very
Really?
annoying.
I didn't know that. Well, the more you know. The Learn Dota 2 League. Here it is.
Yeah, it's like
10 seconds
almost
remaining.
nothing can stop a Link unless you
5
like
seconds
physically
remaining.
break the physical distance. Like if you the reason that OD and Razor is such a big matchup for Razor is that Razor's Link stays on when either he or OD are in jail. When they're in astral imprisonment, just stays.
Man, it's looking like this Dawnbreaker is going to be a pause 5, I think. A pause 5 or a pause 4. Because we know it's Hollywood on Marana. Moon's going to be playing Monkey King. Princess on Mars. I don't see Jopa playing Dawnbreaker mid, so. And the Keeper of the Light mid. Oh, man. Actually, a really good hero for them.
It's gonna really suck for the Mars. Really gonna suck for the
10 seconds
Dawnbreaker.
remaining.
That little
5
the
seconds
Ignis
remaining.
once that comes out is gonna be really hard for these guys to deal with because they've got one guy really. Yeah, make
Now
that
select your
one
hero.
guy who can deal
Oh,
with the
man.
Ignis, and he doesn't want to do that. And it's gonna be Princess and the MK. Okay, we're doing a little swapping action on the Princess gang. Princess gonna be doing pause 1 here. Jump in on 3, and I assume this means that Moonriver, unfortunately for him, is gonna be going mid.
Pause 5 Dawnbreaker. I don't know. I learned that lesson last week. Just doesn't feel like a good support hero.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it does. You just have to hit ult once in a while, you know.
Oh yeah, but at least for me, like I'm all about ease of execution when it comes to the Learn Dota 2 League. So like,
True.
do you want to give your pause 5 a hero like Dawnbreaker, or do you want to give them like a Crystal Maiden, a Treant Protector, where they just walk in and push a button, and their job's done effectively?
Hey, in fairness, Dawnbreaker also just pushes the button for the most part. Oh, it's gonna be Jopa.
Yeah, but your
Okay,
button
so
push,
it's Moonriver who's being stood in for. There we go.
Yeah. So we'll see the mid Pango into the Coddle. It should be a Pango should crush this lane, in my opinion.
Yeah, this should be easy for Pango in the lane, but it should be a nightmare for him at every other point in the game. Pango into Jug is nothing Pango ever wants to deal with. Pango into Neeks is not really that much better. Pango into Tree is kind of ungodly too.
Does all go through the ball for Penga?
Triano goes through the ball. The Neek stuff does not, but he's able to easily mess with like the Q, the swashbuckle, and Doom just goes right through it. Jug everything he's got aside from the magic damage on his Q goes right through it. When he gets shard, he won't even have to worry about that.
Definitely feels like an outdraft.
Yeah, this
I mean,
is
for
an
the
interesting.
Sandgangers, their lineup is just so much easier to execute for Sandgangers, I think.
Their lineup is easier to execute, and on top of that, it's like I feel like basically everything that the Dire has is just kind of predicated on awesome arenas, and I really just don't see that happening much this game.
Yeah.
Like, even if you take out the obvious, okay, so you've got the Doom that can stop it if it's a problem, you've got the Treant that can reverse it if it's a problem, you've got the Neeks that can reverse it if it's a problem, you've got the Coddle that can dump things in there. Even past all of that stuff, you got the Jug, just hit Q, and there he goes. Arena does nothing, and worst comes to worst, you can just jump right in there and kicky. Right in.
Coddle gets tags too. I mean, even if you land a great arena, if you don't get Coddle in it, it just throws up the Ignis Vatus, and
Yep.
what do you do?
The Treant Protector, if he's standing outside, has the living armor and can just ult. So he has to be in there too. And God forbid if he gets in there, but you don't stun him because then he gets the best ult of all. He gets a really good circle on that. So
No regen on tree either. Fairy Fire, Prevent him, Double Mango. It's not the Howler build. I saw Howler in an in-house game go Wraithband first. Just Wraithband and Tangos.
why is this Observer War dropped here? This isn't how you place those. Is this an offering? Never mind. Offering is
The
cancelled.
battle begins.
Quite the cluster at this bottom rune as stuns going out left and right.
That man's not in the spot that he wants to be right now. I don't know.
Yeah, the
It's not going to work out for you.
the leech seed off of the Treant Protector there just completely nullifies basically every bit of damage that went down on the first blood for Jackie Chen. Basically every single bit of damage there that went onto the Coddle. So this little bant with Thug Wood there is not doing Reedy any favors. Really just kind of wanted to get back into the lane and just start getting at it.
Probably better for Jumpman that he died, though. I think if you survive there, it's almost worse than dying in a way.
Yeah, he doesn't have any stabs or anything. Okay, Reedy just immediately dies.
No.
He's definitely paying for that decision to try and ban with the Coddle there. Jackie Chen's going to come back around to have some sort of mid for the first few minutes. Of course, Jackie Chen, an accomplished mid player, and kills are happening everywhere we can't see him.
And you're missing all of them, too.
Yep.
Scuff stream already. That's about what I expected to happen. Leech Seed spin. Mars does not have a lane. And this Nyx, well, Mirana's not going to be able to help at all, so...
And unfortunately for Jumpman at this very critical part of the game, he now has to walk back to lane, which means that Manoy, who already has a level advantage over him, is just going to extend that even further, which is rough. So, now for everybody's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. Hopefully we get to actually have it before somebody else dies. On the Sandgangers, pause 1, you've got Mihoy Manoy Doodlebob himself on the Juggernaut. He's the captain of the team. Rest in peace, Princess's Courier. Pause 2, you've got Reedy on the Coddle. Pause 3, you've got Godlike Matt. He used to play on my team on the... He still has his MK ulti, which is not my team, but it's a Season 13 lineup. That still has that tag on the Doom. Pause 4, Jackie Chen, sponsored by MMR is overrated. And pause 5, you've got the Black Otter, sponsored by nobody, who probably does not have a pro tag. On the other side of the equation, on Princess Gang 13,
I take what I please.
pause 1, you've got the inexplicably hard to click on Princess on the Monkey King here, who I guess is captain of the team basically, but let's pretend Hollywood is because it'll keep his ego up. Pause 2, we've got Jopa on the Pangolier, Look away from this lane for 1 second. No, look away from this lane for 1 second. Somebody dies. Oh, why was?
Can't even
Huh?
finish the roll call. Oh man.
Huh? Why Holly here? Pause 3. Jumpman on the Mars. Pause 4. You've got Hollywood on the Marana, officially the captain of the team, but everybody knows that he just simps for Princess. And pause 5. You've got S-Culture 3 on the Dawnbreaker. There were some people who were asking before the season how you pronounce this guy's name. That's my official pronunciation. Princess in an awkward spot. It's not often that you're going to see a Monkey King take a dive in a lane this early like this, but down he goes.
Your cause is doomed.
It's not really a great place for him to be. Guy like Matt gambled and Princess lost.
Yeah,
Shouts to the
it's
train.
really not looking good already. I don't like to flame, but I mean, like, it wasn't even a minute and a half into the game, and Manoy has already won that lane. And the Marana lane just can't do anything after that kill. I don't know what Hollywood can do besides contest poles in this lane, and the Jug is just already too far ahead. The Mars, in my opinion.
I mean, it's like the one place that Princess Gang had some openings was in the lane phase. You knew that the Mars Marana lane was not going to work out, but at the very least, in theory, the Princess versus Doom lane. Why is Monkey King so hard to click? The Princess versus Doom lane should be okay, but he's 0-1. He's not doing great for the last hits. Matt's ahead of him, and I know he just eats one for free sometimes. Oh, that's why I can't click on Princess, because his animation is broken. Just completely messed up. Can we get a... Hell yeah, look at this.
Look at that.
This is awesome. It's because he's a panda.
It's almost a better set, honestly. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's riding a little panda. This is very comical. I wish... Can we get this as an official thing? Anyway, that reminds me of the old Snapfire glitch where she just stay in the firing animation the whole time. I agree, Jopa.
Yeah, very good timing on the XD.
At the very least, Jopa is getting the work done here at mid.
Yeah, this is to be expected. I think the problem is that their side lanes are going so poorly already that Jopa is going to be forced to leave the mid lane to try to make something happen in the side lanes. And I think Coddle is just inevitably going to recover just by virtue of just sitting, blasting the wave, running a jungle camps, blasting the wave, and they'll recover just fine.
It's certainly not the worst situation for Pangolier. I think you should be able to have a fine go at it for a while. In particular, if you avoid the doom. If you don't get doomed, then your life is going to be a-okay. If you show up to a lane, you start rolling up, and then you get doomed, then you, well, the name of the skill is about to become very, very appropriate. To say the least. Jumpman just getting run over here again. You just can't do anything in this lane, feels like. Can't farm, can't do any damage.
Yeah, which equally means that the Marana can't do anything either. I mean, I feel like when you
Got a big arrow.
pick Marana as a hero, you want to be running mid, helping your mid get bounty runes, throwing out arrows from behind, just trying to create pressure in the lane. And because the Mars is just having such a rough time, they can't do it.
At least he pinned Manoy to the tower there. At least Jackie Chin is aware that Death and Gold are linked. He's also aware of where Pangolier is and is just beating him up. Oh man, that's kind of not great either. Jopo just with no regen. Definitely just looking for that bounty rune, but now he has to go all the way home. She's going to give Coddle some free time here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's the benefit of winning your lane when you're in the off lane. It frees up your pause 4 to rotate and help contest runes.
Manoy actually takes a somewhat decent bit of damage. Just brings out the healing ward. You know that this is a really scuffed lane for the Dire when Treon Protector has 0 points in living armor, and yet his pause 1 is still at 100% HP basically all the time.
You got a healing ward, you don't need it.
Yeah, there you go. Honestly, a point in living armor might actually help extend some of the pressure up to this top lane. Like, can you imagine how much worse this could be going for Princess if Matt just continually had the regen bonus on him? Look Monkey King is, ooh, this is getting really hairy. Jackie Chan, last second, is gonna cut this off. But, Matt wants it a little bit. Now, unfortunately, watching this kill that's not gonna happen, almost, okay, no, there is gonna be a kill happening here. Not quite the one Princess accounted for. One flashlight. Monkey King almost dead already. Nick's just hoping that Monkey King was stupid. It didn't work out.
Well, it happened too. Must have killed in the bot lane.
Radiant's middle tower
Manoy went
is
down
under
to
attack.
Jumpman. I'm not
Yeah,
sure what
that's-
happened there.
It's very good. I'm going to assume it might have been a Pangoli rotation. I don't know. Hard to tell. We were watching the fight at top. Either way, he died. Which is great news for this offlane. Like, legitimately great news. Having that happen at least once is a big deal, and he's already starting to slip down the last hit chart as a result.
Guess Marana arrow into spear or something like that. Probably what
Probably.
got it done.
But unfortunately, we're not paid enough to rewind to see kills when we're actively watching a different team fight, so...
Rewind is DLC.
Yeah, it's on disc DLC though, unfortunately. Monkey King is doomed, but oh man, that is so close. That's twice in a row. That Doom, oh man, that Doom has almost gotten out, and once again here
There's
is
the Tango though.
Here's Reedy to make it just a mess, but the Pango is pretty much exactly as much of a mess actually. He just got stuck behind
That's,
the secret jump and couldn't kill anybody. The only one who dies is Neeks. That's very sad for a
Radiant's
rotation
top
from
tower is
Bangalore at
under
this point.
attack.
Just got a Q out of your ball and it's a free kill. You have a double damage rune. Like, you don't need to go for the full duration of the ult. You can just Q right out of it, but I don't know.
That's why they pay Joe
can
for
you do?
big bucks.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower
Hollywood
is under
jumps into a
attack.
stacked creep camp and loses like 300 health. Ah, Mars got a soul ring.
Found laying around.
You know what that means? We're gonna see the point in the game where he hits it and then immediately dies.
Dire are scanning.
I think I mentioned this in a cast you might have watched, my ultimate moment as a caster. Unfortunately, nobody saw it. Watching a game with Timber Saw and a Soul Ring, and I say, oh, he got a Soul Ring, I hope he hits it and immediately dies, and then that happens 1 second later. Manoy is opting to stay in this arena, which is a very ballsy maneuver.
Might as well, you got
Jumpman behind the
spin.
tower.
No reason not to.
Okay.
Got four
Well,
heroes down here now.
he had the spin. He stayed in the arena with it. He did not opt to jump out. Just decided to stick in there. I feel like bit more rotation, bit more of a response earlier than that for a Dire could have really punished that. But they're gonna get something for this at least. I would be astounded if Coddle lived again. He can't keep getting away with this, surely, and he doesn't. You fought not
Doom
fairly.
just casually farming while that happens too.
That's what they get. That's what they pay him for. I mean, what's he gonna do? He has tomato aura.
If I was a mid player in this game, that would tilt me. You're getting chased down by a hasted Pango and your Doom is standing right next to you, just farming a camp. Playing his own game.
I've often compared godlike Matt and J-Bay, so I hope you look forward to that happening if you pick him Doom.
Nope. Two very different players. JB's not gonna tilt on my team, alright?
That's not what I mean when I say that. Jumpman just following Manoy. I don't know, I just don't think this is a great idea for Mars. Like, you're following around the juggernaut that just completely annihilated you. Princess saying some gobbledygook. Not Princess. The Thugwood saying some gobbledygook in various foreign languages.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not even the
Support
same
player
ones.
just tanks a million tower shots for no reason, I
Dire's
guess.
structures are fortified.
Doesn't know how creep aggro works, that's okay. We're in the lane Dota 2 League.
Has fallen.
You got some
Dire's
flames
middle
going
tower
on?
is under
Listen,
attack.
if you want to hear some flames, all you have to do is watch a game 2 this week.
Dire's
I'd rather
middle
not.
tower has fallen.
Got some
I
much
know what
better
happened that
flames
game.
for you than that.
I played it. I played it. I don't need to hear somebody else tell me what happened. I played it.
Hey, you remember that time you got a boat on what you thought was 0 and then it was randomly hoodwink in the ether? And then he
Hey,
still didn't kill him?
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That game made me realize that I should just never play Kunkka again.
Ever. Just Randy after the match was like, don't pick, nobody should pick Kunkka. You ruined Kunkka forever for him.
Radiant
Also, I mean, like, not only is Kunkka a bad hero, but when you're bad at a bad hero, it just, you know, compounds. You get that compounding effect, and it doesn't end well.
Us Culture 3 just got eliminated completely from the earth. Just one illuminate and he was gone.
Dire's structures are
Matt taking out the Thugwood.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Jamina's gonna get out of here.
I gambled.
But, I mean, he just dropped Arena. The cost of that fight for the Dire was both of their supports in an arena, and their gain was literally nothing, so.
Nope. Tree will just heal up the tower back to full, and you gotta do it all over again.
Manoy does take a tower up top, so there's that. Princess is very close to that Battle Fury. An item that Randy does not like at all. You're calling them some, just some sentry wards to, I believe, a sculpture there.
Let's go Maelstrom. I don't know why you'd build Battle Fury.
On the,
Wait, is that the
monkey king?
Pango? Wait,
That's
is
Monkey
it the
King.
monkey or the... Oh, the monkey's building? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Battle Fury on Pango would be a new meta of unheralded proportions. Please don't do that! We're not ready for it yet. We're still living in 2023 here, guys. Come on. I'm not ready for 3023 yet, alright?
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Battle Fury build on the monkey. It feels like a hero that you want to be able to group up with your team and fight early around this Mars with the arena, but
You can't.
last thing you want to do with
Whoa,
Battle Fury is
wait.
rotate to a fight, right?
Last thing you're going to be able to do with this team is do anything in the arena. What are you going to do? Not kill Jug? Or kill the Doom who just exists to ult? Or like what? Like the only worthwhile target is the goddamn Coddle, and I cannot believe I'm saying that. You do not need an arena to kill a Coddle, I promise. You just need to catch him, and if you've caught him enough to get an arena off, you've caught him enough to kill him. That's the trouble.
Scanning.
Trouble ain't kill him when you get him, trouble is getting him.
Dire's top tower.
We're gonna drop himself an ult here.
Yep.
Oh, a good flashlight is going to make things... And yeah, here we go. The effects of your average Mars arena. Mars is just completely eating it. Everybody on his lineup dying. Yeah, there you go. That's your classic arena play against this team. What you do with an arena is that you put it down and then everybody dies.
Yeah, to Sandgangers though, they played that fight super well. They tried to dive the tier 1 and they tried to just burst down the tree, but they couldn't do it. And ult comes out, throw your Coddle Q on top of it, and next, you know, it's a lot of damage. Jug does what Jug does, and Omni Slashes, Qs, you know, spins, just does their thing, and
I could have sworn I remember seeing a team recently that had that exact same scenario. They were diving a tower, there was a Treant there, everybody just kind of awkwardly stares at him, get most of
Yep.
his health, and then he ults. I don't know where I'm thinking of that, though. I'm flaming that game so hard, I'm going to be flaming that game like week 9, alright? We're going to be
Oh.
in semifinals. Whether you're there or not, this is the first Dawnbreaker ult this entire game, and it didn't even go through.
yep, doesn't matter because Nyx does what Nyx does, and yep, there's the monkey rotating with the Battle Fury.
Is under attack.
Only killing the pause 5 and they just run away.
Coddle is going to drop his blind there, and be...
I got no way to catch him. He's gone.
Got this
Unless,
arrow, but-
unless this arrow lands, gone.
Oh, he's got arena. Mars has arena. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any way to slow the Coddle though. So.
Oh man, there
And
it is.
there we go. Well, got the one guy you can get in arena. And then Mars immediately died for it. They better at least get the Nyx for this.
Living armor?
Got the.
Easy 3-man stun? Oh no.
Oh, the bug can't keep. No, no. Okay.
Whoa, man.
That was
okay.
that
Oof.
was a little greedy on Nyx's part. I think if he just keeps walking, I think he's probably fine. I don't think they're gonna risk the T2 for that. Oh my god, I really thought though for just a
Radiant's
second that he
middle
might get
tower
away
is under
with it.
attack.
Nyx has picked himself up a Force Staff, which will be very useful in banging his head into the Mars wall.
7k net worth lead for Radiant.
let's take a look at the net worth chart here. Doom
Is
just
under attack.
way out in front. The combination of eating creeps as well as his Midas has put him quite on top in general. Closing right behind him is the Juggernaut, who also has a Midas. This is the greediest team I've ever seen. Oh my god, all we need now is, like, Alchemist mid, and there we go.
Yep, and Dyer has no way to punish him for it, so...
Yep. Yeah, all the greedy guys are way out in the lead. The only core that's behind anybody on this lineup is Coddle, and he's, like, the core where that matters the least. He can do just fine with this amount of money against this lineup.
I must have them all.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I honestly don't know how Dyer wins a team fight against Sandgangers right now.
I don't know how they do it ever. I think the only possible shot you had this game was to, okay, goodbye Mars, was to hope that Manoy would just go solo a lot, track him down when he does, and just constantly drop on his head.
Yeah, but then you're not team fighting at that point, you're getting pickoffs.
No, I mean, like, you needed to have done it before, so he's not just this far ahead, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
And now that he's, like, exists, what do you do? I don't know. Like, you don't even need him here, they're still just clowning people. Like, even your Doom is 10 feet taller than anything else, like, anything at the Dire. Let's check those levels. Yeah. Doom and Coddle are higher level than anything they've got. That poor Mirana is level 7 right now. If they think about her, she dies.
Is under attack.
I don't know how they kill a BKB Doom either. I mean, where does the damage come from?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And yep, there is that BKB now. Please tell me Hollywood just burns to death. That would be really funny. Oh no, that's even worse than burning to death!
Nice ward.
Oh mama. And it's like, you're really not respecting the support line much. I know these are very new supports, but like, at least 2 playing support, but like, they've watched the
Dire's
YouTube
middle
videos, I
tower
promise.
is under
They
attack.
see the position of like the... Oh man, look at Jumpman just melt. That's supposed to be a tanky hero.
I see your liver.
What's Coddle going for here? An
He's
Atos?
going for...
Dagon. Why not?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, why not?
What a clown show. Rig end play coming up on the Dire here, which could mean something.
Dire's top
Could be a
tower
very
is
nasty
under
item, in fact, on the Pangolier. If you're low, it just turns to this Q and just to shave off of your life. I'm getting very forward in his position here. That's his BKB.
Look at that, a
reveal.
BKB. Yep.
Princess gonna go right in on this, but nobody sticks around for his ult.
Dire's top
Oh, it's a good stun. Tree's gonna get cut down here. Matt's actually in pretty credible danger.
He'll be okay. He has a Nyx there.
The Nyx is there, but I mean, yeah, he's dead. He was not in a good spot. Unfortunately for him. Are we really to the point now where we're just gonna drop the solo arena? Oh no, he doesn't have any detection!
The zoning arena. Okay.
Ooh. Oh no, mama. That ain't good. This is... They had an advantage. They had an advantage there for a minute.
is under attack.
You know? Take that fight recap. 1,472 gold into the pockets of the Dire, mostly into the pockets of Monkey King. Bit of a shame. I think Jopa is really who you wanted in. Like, what the hell does Monkey King do this game ever? It's the biggest thing. It's like, it's kind of an atrocious Monkey game. If the last team fight didn't clue you in, I mean, he just drops ult, everybody steps out of it. Tree tries to ult him, misses, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They do
I
get
feel like I
the...
was flat out wrong on my pregame prediction too. I mean, like I thought that there was the monkey for Moon. You know, Moon saying, "Hey, princess, you know, I want to play this hero." And
Yeah, Moon's not
I'm
even
playing
here.
it, so.
Yeah, you want to talk about the wrongest possible prediction? There you go. You couldn't have been wrong about that if you tried. I think I agreed with you at that time though, because I thought for some reason Moon was standing at like not Moon. I thought Jopa was the stood in for one. Monkey King with his Battle Fury and no face on his select portrait for some reason. There's all kinds of things wrong with this Monkey King this game. Maybe my graphics card's about to melt, who knows?
Yep. It's not just the item build.
Got him.
Jug going blink, it looks like.
Yep. A little surprised that we're only now about to see our
Radiant's
first Rosh
bottom
this
tower
game.
is under attack.
Meanwhile, Dire pushing out T2 bot here. Trion's gonna make that as annoying as he can.
Yeah, I mean, the tower pushes
They actually don't
so
care about Rosh.
lackluster.
Fortified.
They're actually gonna go for this? I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, the Princess gang already pulled out when they started the TPs. This was a waste of their own time. Trying to get angry at the Dawnbreaker. That's it. Gonna find the Mars here. Let's see if Neeks wins a 1v1 with Mars. Please show me an arena. That would be awesome. No, he's not even gonna have time to do that. He's gonna die now. Or he's gonna survive with 30 HP and then put down an arena. And the only one it catches is Doom, who just walks out of it. Jopa starts rolling and Jug just cuts him to shreds. Astoundingly, Pango actually lives that, but he is in no condition to fight right now.
Doesn't matter, no more ult. It should be a free tier 2 and a Rosh if they want it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Bonk. Stun on too.
And this game already feels pretty over, I want to say. I'm not sure what the route is back
Here's
into this game for Dire.
small piece of anti-chemistry I didn't even think about until right now. You ready? Why have we drafted Monkey King with a hero that blows up all the trees whenever he ults?
Yeah.
Accept this offering.
In the mood for a change.
Okay,
Yeah, a lot
they
of
actually
questions on
just
the
got a pretty big arrow on the Jug! Oh
Doesn't
my
matter.
god! Okay, he's actually gonna go down. They do a lot to try and save him there, and it means that the Princess Gang has to put in a very large commitment, but... Deep. They actually do kill the Jug there. Losing the Pango totally sucks, but honestly at this point I actually think a kill on Jug is probably... Yeah, it's literally worth more than the two of these guys' lives combined. I meant that in a very figurative way, but no, it literally is worth... A god like Matt can now eat the Ancients.
It doesn't slow down the momentum for Radiant at all. I think they just wait until Joe gets back up and they can go and get Rosh. And I don't know how Princess Gang contests it.
That's true. It's not going to change really anything about the strategic calculus here. But at the very least, you know, you've proven that the Juggernaut is mortal. If nothing else, it's a big morale victory. And you just force them to just wait around and do nothing of value. Just waiting for Jug to come back up.
Excellent.
Of course, Jug is back now. This is a very, very forecasted Rosh attempt. They got a lot of interesting ults to play with here. But everybody's farming, so this Rosh is going to be free.
What's the Monkey King going for? Deso? Battle Fury, Big KB, Deso as the item build into Basher?
Yeah.
Man.
He wants to go all the old UAMs. Thugwood is just gonna randomly die off screen, and Jackie Chen's computer blows up. Princess shows us a very literal use of the he disconnected. Godlike
They're
Matt.
playing very well for Radiant, though. I'll say that. They have vision on the side of the map that matters. They're able to play in the Dire jungle basically at will. Has not been contested, I want to say, for the past 15-20 minutes.
I mean, how could the Dire contest that? Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go in to deward the jungle, and all of you just die? Like, you can't do that. You just gotta let that be. The Dire are actually doing a good job in trying to stay out of, like, known occupied territory. Like, when the Dire have been farming, they've been farming in the Radiant jungle, and the Radiant actually does not have that good of a way to stop that. Every time they've tried, certainly, it's just looked like a massive waste of time.
Yeah, well, You don't
The
really
only-
care about the Radiant jungle
Yeah.
at all, honestly.
The
In my
only-
opinion, it feels like a dead part of the map that doesn't really have a lot of value.
The only downside to that whole thing is that, you know, it doesn't matter if they are farming because at no point in the game does their scaling match the Radiance. At no point in the game. Like, maybe if this match goes like 50 million hours, like that's it. Now, eventually Doom's gonna scale out. Eventually Marv is going to be doing right-click damage, and the support line on Dire certainly outscales the support line on Radiant.
Radiant's
Once you start
bottom
talking
tower
about that
is
sort of
under attack.
nitty-gritty, but I mean, that's just not very realistic. That's like a 70, 80-minute game when you have to start talking about that, and
Radiant's bottom
I don't know if
tower
that's
is under
really an
attack.
option for them. I guess potentially they can make it happen, but it is so hard to do.
Yeah.
They do get the
Pretty
2-2
demoralizing, too. When your comms come down to, like, hey guys, you know, if this game goes 60, 70 minutes, we have a chance, it's pretty, it's a tough pill to swallow as far as the morale goes.
You don't word it like that, you just word hold off. Hold off, get big kills. That's what you do. Joba going down here.
Radiant's middle
Just
tower
kind of
is
wander
under
around the
attack.
jungle. He does kind of think, I don't really know what he's thinking here, to be honest. He's thinking, I want the outpost. I like XP. I'm gonna go
I think it's
capture
safe
the
down there,
outpost
but... I mean, yeah, they're playing in the Radiant jungle, no, the Dyers, but there's not really any objectives there that are worth fighting over at this point.
T1 bot.
You're just playing
Alright.
for... Yeah, I mean, T1 bot for Radiant,
No,
but
that's
if you're a
not. That's
Princess
not
gang,
saying
like,
why he's there. That's just saying that they killed that objective. If he's
Yeah,
there to
yeah,
defend
yeah.
the T1 bot, he really did not do himself a service. Why does Hollywood just keep randomly dying, just weird places? It's just that's his contribution to this game. He's going for the Greaves. He's not really that close.
Radiant's top tower
No.
is under attack.
Feel like
very
right
poor
now.
this game.
Feel like right now the Greaves are important enough where it's like you probably want to think about that as like a 3 or even
Radiant's
sometimes
top tower
higher
has
item.
fallen.
You definitely want to bring them out a little faster than a
Dyer's
Phosphor is
bottom tower
gonna
under attack.
usually be able to go.
Radiant's middle tower is
What is the Dawnbreaker building?
Dawnbreaker, this is the great value Dawnbreaker.
Or staff? Okay. Yeah, oh, man. Alright.
I mean, in fairness, Mirana is also the great value Mirana. I mean, these two combined couldn't buy, like, half of Doom.
bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, 29 minutes and your supports don't even have a single item completed. It's, feels bad.
This is, hypothetically a good arena, but unfortunately, you have the Treon ult is gonna come out here. I think things a little rough. That's a great timing on the Doom on the Monkey King. Literally, that is such a great timing on the Doom on the Monkey King.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
It's actually a very well executed team fight from Dire, but they're just too far behind on net worth to really capitalize on it.
Lots of buybacks coming out here, but unfortunately it feels like that's... I don't know. I feel like 3 people having to buy back, especially all of your cores, not all of your cores, Fango didn't, but 2 of your 3 cores having to buy back there really sucks to be you.
Oh no, that spear.
Oh, the spear just made things better for Jackie. How long are they gonna chase him? How long is
Okay.
it gonna be till Radiant does something about this? They let Jackie Chan run halfway across the map.
Meanwhile, Jug still has Aegis, still farming.
It's one of those farming Aegises I've heard so much about. Black Otter died with a full Holy Locket. Shame on you, Black Otter. This will be deducted from your final grade. I don't think he's a native English speaker, so I should probably clarify that's a joke.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's one of those French types. Can you believe that that French is even a real language?
Radiant's
Doesn't sound like
middle
it.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's where Mikkel is right now, actually, as we speak. He's in France. And Princess is in trouble. Oh my god, just a shot from the Neeks, and look how dead he already is. Oh no!
Not what you
bro.
want to farm. I don't know. I don't know why you're farming there.
Oh my god. Oh. Manoy dodged the hook there, or not the hook, dodged the arrow with the blink. Playing 4D chess. Aegis is gonna expire in 23 seconds. Why did this guy even get the Aegis? He's like the least likely person to die on this entire team.
Who else do you give it to? The Coddle?
Yeah, probably Coddle. He's got plenty of spots and he's actually vaguely mortal.
I don't know. I'm always of the opinion that you want to give your Aegis to your tower hitter, so you can just have your carry or whoever you have dedicated to hit towers, just sits up on the high ground, smacks tower, you sit behind him with your Aegis.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, if Manoy goes up top and just starts hitting towers, they can't kill him anyway. Like,
yeah.
It does not matter if an Aegis is present or not in that situation. He's just simply not mortal.
Could be a Freelander X.
Yeah, as pictured here, incidentally. Jackie just won't stop doing that to Mars. Jug takes a
No reason not to, it's why you pick the hero.
It's Mars in particular. I feel like he's done that like twice as often to Mars as he's done that to everybody else. Poor Jumpman. Jumpman's gonna be hopping mad. Yeah, just like I said, like no Aegis, Manoy just walks up to barracks and just kills them. Fortunately, Jopa's been cutting the hell out of this wave, so they have to stop this push now. And Coddle has a lot of tricks in his arsenal, but dealing with that is not one of them. Unfortunately for his team, it doesn't really matter if Jopa is cutting the hell out of the wave, because his team's just gonna die anyway. What's us thinking about that all? Team going in to try and stop things. He actually, it's gonna get a little awkward for him here. Just the Doom. He's a bit late. I don't know how much it matters. He is so hard to kill. They do bring him down, but it costs them everything. Only 2 survivors. And Pangolier ain't gonna be a survivor much longer if he keeps trying to do this. He does have a Lincoln Sphere. Straight on Protector. Please do something. There we go. Juggernaut believes that there's a fine line between bravery and stupidity. In game 1 we saw bravery, in game 2 we saw something else. Looter showed up here just to get flamed all this game, because one cast of that wasn't bad enough for him.
It's okay.
He's a big boy. He has his lunchbox. He can deal with that.
Sometimes you gotta lose some games and get punched in the mouth a little bit to learn your lesson, you know?
What's in the lunchbox today? Give us a lunchbox report.
A lunchbox report? Well,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like for Hollywood's team, they have all of the ingredients that you want to put in a lunchbox. You know, you got your apples, your sandwich, you know, your Gatorade, but they just can't put it all together. You know,
They've got an apple, but it's an apple from 3 weeks ago, and it just turned to mush inside the box, and like the rotten apple mush just covered every. Okay, somebody is smoking. What are you doing, Marana?
Trying to get vision down, I guess. I don't know. Literally one shot by them did it. That's oh
No,
man.
not literally one shot, cause okay. Not literally one shot, cause he took the Infernal Blade first, but. I mean, ouch. Poor Marana. Doesn't even show up in the fight recap and still just showing Tree getting ganked. For some reason. Alright.
I don't know. This game it very much feels like an unwinnable draft from Dire. Just everything had to go right for them, and just they don't do too well. It's not gonna happen, you know.
It feels like this is a very common problem for this Princess Gang team, and I just gotta be honest with you. Okay, Matt'll tell you this himself. I don't know if Manoy and Jackie were, but it was kind of their biggest weaknesses as a lineup. I do think that there is just you're going to see some spotty drafting from Sandgangers this season, no two ways about it, unless somebody's been getting some off-screen draft coaching, I guess. But like, wasn't like Manoy had a team season 13, wasn't his strongest suit. In 14, whenever Matt wasn't listening to me, he was pulling out the Legion Commander. Okay, this is actually, never mind. You remember everything I was about to say? Cancel that follow-up to the word actually. They just dropped everything in the world on Juggernaut and got nothing done for it.
And he
we
just
drop
presses
this
Q.
too? Okay, but he's getting kind of stun-locked by the...
Glowing armor though?
Here.
Even if he goes down, it's... Yeah, oh man. And the coddle
He
Q.
is gonna go down, but... I mean, look at what they had to do to put the Juggernaut away.
They don't even need Jug to take their X.
Goodbye, Mirana. What are you doing, Hollywood? I assure you that came with the caveat of very loud sounds on the on Hollywood's microphone. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Goodbye, Black Otter.
Was it worth it?
It was worth it. I mean, it certainly is if he actually gets away from this, which he actually still might. No, he's done. Alright, that super wasn't worth it. That was a dieback. That was a dieback for Jopa.
Oof.
Godlike Matt says CLL, and I just don't know what that means. Maybe he's asking for them to call GG, but it's hard to tell. Nobody's doing that in this season. Not even you. I feel like I legitimately, I have not seen a GG. I think we saw it in the first series that we casted live this week. Gotham said it in one game, and I think so far that's the only GG that's been called in a series I've casted.
I don't call it GG. I learned my lesson last season.
What do you think of this statue that's called Damn It in all... Yeah, what do you think of this statue?
Yeah, it's about what Hollywood is saying to his team right now in VC.
We're gonna watch the rest of this game from the perspective of this statue. This is a new avant-garde cast. I don't think this game is, I don't think the statue is gonna last as long as the game though. Oh, nope, Hollywood! Out here making the save. We're saving, damn it. As Culture 3 defending his own work of art here. This is a true defense of the ancients right here. Have you ever even used this camera mode? I imagine 99.9% of Dota players haven't. Yeah, I used to coach Randy's weird Russian all-random games, and when I would do it, I would just be in this camera the whole game. Usually screen share into somebody else, because it's always good for yucks. Okay,
if I hit the wrong letter on my keyboard, I'll use it, but that's about it.
It really makes you realize how much Dota looks like an MMO from 2006.
It's time.
Like, whenever you're watching somebody jungling in that cam, it looks like what they would be playing on Breaking Bad instead of World of Warcraft, you know what I mean? Like the generic TV version. Manoy once again just straight up walking up on this. Once again just taking every stun they possibly can, but once again, it feels so hard to do anything here. Matt is just chasing these two guys back to spawn.
Yeah.
He just put down the ancient fuck.
Yeah, I just call it. This game's over. It's too far behind.
I mean, hey, we've seen a team come back from a 26k gold deficit. It was just that we saw the top team in the season do that against the Gotham team when he had no pos 5 player.
Yeah, I mean, Manoy has answers for everything that Princess Gang wants to do.
Manoy personally, like, the Juggernaut is just so unanswered this game. The only way they've killed him has just been ways where they all die to do it. It means nothing.
But even when, like, Jumpman is landing a 4 or 5 man arena, you just have the tree there just to press R, and Jug presses Q.
One of the many reasons not to pick Marv right now, like... Princess is just in hell. All is confusion. Jackie Chen says something in Chinese. His courier with a full axe on it just died. Jackie will cry himself to sleep tonight. Yeah, but he wanted it.
Literally, probably using it to get vision in the fountain.
#1 support in A. No. I mean, it didn't even die yet. We just accidentally were watching Doom do this. I hope the thumbnail of this video is the Tide Hunter statue. That'd be awesome. Why are there items here? US Danny in this game or what?
Oh man, it's that kind of game for Princess Gang. There's the GG though.
Yeah. They call it not a moment too late. take all the GGs. And that happens. I mean, this is just a... well, let's just see it like this. I think Juggernaut is a hero, where even when he's not the big dog king of the meta, you just have to have some kind of response to him, and Princess Gang just didn't. They have zero, like, not only do they have 0 things that are good against Jug in this entire roster, they have 5 things that Jug, personally, counters pretty well. The only thing he struggles a little bit against is the Dawnbreaker, but even then, it's like a neutral encounter. Like, Dawn can't do anything to him, Jug can't do anything to Dawn, but the difference is Jug's a pause 1, Dawn's a pause 5, so it means a lot more for the Dawn to not be able to do anything in that situation than for the Jug. He went unanswered. Hollywood just did not play this game, probably as he wanted to. Ended 0-16 and 13. Good that he got the 13 A's, don't get me wrong, and he got some very good long-range arrows, but it just felt like he had no idea what to be doing against a team like this, and his default response was not the right one. Also, somebody picked Mars, which, I mean, just don't do that. Alright, let me just make a global recommendation for everybody in LD2L. Unless your name is Princess, don't pick Mars. And even if you're Princess, still think about not picking Mars. The number 1 support in the pool just completely counters it out. The one of the carries that every pause 1 in this league plays completely counters it out. It's good against, like, Sniper, and that is almost it. So, with that being said, we'll see if these guys are able to turn things around in the next game.